Hey y'all, it's your girl, Aprille Franks. Welcome back to I'm So Frank. And today we're going to be talking about, I don't know if I can say it actually, fuck love. But why? Don't we all want love? Well, maybe. Let's see. Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna be on top, oh, on top of the world. Gonna be on top.
Listen, fuck love. Where did that come from? And why would I say such a thing? Because I know you're probably thinking, clutching your pearls, gathering yourself. I get it. So let's talk about it. So what's the story? Because you know how this goes, right? I'm going to tell you a story. Then I'm going to give you some 1, 2, 3s. Why would I say F love? Well, have you ever been in a relationship? And I'm talking about myself, right? These are my experiences that I'm sharing and the lessons that I've learned and imparting some wisdom into your day. Well, I was with someone, and you know how men do this baby, baby, please, but baby, I love you after they do something that's kind of fucked up, right? So whatever the fucked up thing is, you fill in the blank. It's something, you fill in the blank. It's something you don't like, whatever that is, right? So they left out the milk, didn't change the car oil, had a whole affair, had a baby on you. Whatever your thing is that they did that wasn't right, that made you mad and made them say, baby, baby, please, but I love you. So I remember being in this relationship with someone that I love dearly, and I actually still love this person. This person is amazing. Now, this particular day, whatever this person had done, which I don't even remember what it was at this point, I remember being on vacation with this person and me knowing that they had done something effed up. And I remember this person saying to me, but I love you, right? And we know when a person says but, they're excusing everything they said before the word but. And I'm thinking, whoa. But you love me? What? Does but you love me excuse your behavior? Because if but you love me excuses your behavior, then no, I don't want the love. Because love doesn't excuse behavior. And I think that sometimes people use love in a way as though it should be the answer to all things. And I believe that true love is the answer to many things. I believe that this social, if you will, love, this frivolous love, this toxic love doesn't do any of those things. It doesn't feel good. And so a lot of times men, they say that, and I'm sure women have done it too, but I'm not talking to men in this video. I'm talking to women in this video. So I remember him saying that to me, and I remember being pissed off that he thought that him saying that he loved me excused the behavior that hurt me or made me upset or that I needed more clarification on or wanted to communicate about. And so I didn't appreciate it. And so in that moment, I was like, nah, fuck that. Fuck love. So after that, I get on the plane, right? Vacation is over. I get on the plane. I'm sad. I'm upset. I'm feeling some type of way. I'm all in my feelings. I'm like, I'm leaving this dude. Like, I don't have time for this. Like, F love. I remember getting on the plane. I had my cell phone and I was just typing notes and I was like, F love. You know, so I'm kind of writing this letter to him. And then it just stuck in my head like, what if just F love for a minute? Like, what if we looked at a person's behavior beyond them saying that they love you and look at all the behaviors? Are the behaviors that you're accepting into your life from people that say that they love you, are they okay? Are they acceptable? Do they feel good to you? And I had to really ask myself that. And the answer was no. It's like, I don't care that you love me or loved me or thought you did. Your behaviors don't feel loving, right? Your behavior doesn't feel loving. And because your behavior doesn't feel loving, this doesn't feel good. And I really think that women have to ask themselves for themselves, like when people say that they love you or when you say you love them, are you exhibiting loving acts? Are your acts loving? Are your acts to them in public loving? Are your acts in private loving? Are your acts when no one is looking loving? Are your acts when they can't see what you're doing or saying, are they loving? And I think that is such a bigger piece of what love really is than just the fact that baby, but please, and I love you. And that's where the whole fuck love thing came from for me. I was going to write a book about it, then I decided not to. And I still don't know if I am or I'm not. What I do know is I think this is a worthy conversation and an awareness that you should have, that not to throw that word around and to not allow that word to be thrown around with you. If the acts don't feel loving, then it's not love. Doesn't matter what a person says, because love feels, it emotes, right? And so for me, I really had to be really clear, like, what do I want from this situation? And if we just set love on a shelf for a minute and we looked at all the other components of the relationship, could it survive? And the answer for me at that time with that specific individual was no, right? Does that mean I dislike this person or have any ill will or feelings? The answer is no, it doesn't mean that at all. But what it does mean is that I choose me. And that because I understand my own value and I understand what love actually is, and I understand that love does not feel like that, then I can make new choices, and you can too. So what can you take away from this, right? Number one, establish or reestablish what healthy love feels like to you. Because I think we put up with a lot of shit just because we think someone loves us, or because someone said that they love us, or because you may say that you love them. Meanwhile, there's all kind of toxic and unloving acts happening in that relationship of love. And that's not okay. So that's the first thing, is write it down for yourself. Like, what does it feel like to you? And are you feeling that right now? And are you also really a person that's actually really loving, right? It's not a one-way street. You deserve love and to feel the way that you want to within it, and so do the people that you're saying that you love. Number two, establish boundaries around that. Like, what do boundaries look like for you, right? So for me, those boundaries, I had some boundaries that I needed to establish and communicate with the people that are in my life, right? So that they understand like what's acceptable and what's not acceptable to me. Now, it's not about rules or me saying don't do this or don't do that. It's me expressing that this is okay behavior for me, and this is not okay behavior for me. This behavior feels good to me, and this behavior doesn't feel good to me. And being able to really articulate that, I think, is super duper important. The third thing is holding a boundary. So, Aprille, what's holding a boundary? Well, girl, holding a boundary is enforcing that shit. That means when someone in your life breaks a boundary that violates you, because that's what a boundary is, right? So many of you may know that I'm a sexual assault survivor. The boundary, there's a boundary of my personal space. If someone breaks that boundary, that's a violation. That doesn't feel good. That's not acceptable behavior to me. Now, what one woman holds as a boundary doesn't mean the next woman does, which is why men, I believe, sometimes are just all out of sync. Because some women accept shit that they really shouldn't accept, but they do because they have not established what healthy love feels like. They don't know what their boundaries are, which means that they can't uphold the boundary. So upholding a boundary is almost as important as having one, because it says to a person that you can't treat me any type of way. And I don't know where you came from and who you were dealing with before you met me, but in this experience, these behaviors feel good and these behaviors don't. And I think that's really a big, big deal just in your life in general. I think we have a challenge with boundaries just because we allow people to run over us innately. I think innately, because we're nurturers, we're mothers, we allow children to run over us without boundaries. We allow our boyfriends and husbands to run over us. You allow people in the workplace to run over you, clients to run over you, and then none of that shit feels good. So then it becomes really challenging to hold a boundary inside of a relationship when a person says that they love you and you love them. But I'm just letting you know it's the most important thing and the most self-loving thing you could do for yourself. So, should you fuck love? I don't know. But should you hold those boundaries? Absolutely. I'm Aprille Franks. This has been this episode of I'm So Frank, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
On time.